Big Blue Thumb Productions presents the Podlie Podcast. Here's your hosts, Podlie Bill, Podlie Cliff, and Podlie Paul. Well, good evening. Episode 109. And hello to you,
109.
William James Kirkland, first in, Jimmy in second. Wow.
Ooh, William James, 3,500 points. Boom.
Glenda's in third. Hello there,
And
Glenda.
Jimmy then 25. Glenda, 1,000 points. Just like that.
Yeah. 1,000 points. Hey, you know what, guys? I realized I'm drinking cider, but it's in a green cup. And of course, what happens when I hold it up? Wow, look at that.
That's the original flower child right
awesome.
there.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Cool. Cider's always good, but then there's fronter and backer, stuff like that. I don't know why it's always cider. Maybe we're enamored with cider. Why not backer?
I'm still laughing at your Kojak comment before we went on air.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, so hold on. Just hold on. Au natural wooden brown or beautiful, not so au natural white.
Au natural for me.
Au natural.
Yeah, it's got to go au natural.
Au natural, beautiful.
Yeah. Hey, are we talking about the 70s? Because does that finally make my hair in style?
You picked the right time not to get a haircut.
Dude, you picked the right time, buddy. I would agree.
Yeah.
And sorry, yes, Glenda, it's actually a
Really?
hot cider I'm drinking, and the mug is green, so it actually blends into my background. So it looks like a flower mug, but there's actually cider in here.
That's pretty effing awesome, if you ask me.
Mm-hmm.
Jamie, you just made tapioca pudding. Isn't there grocery stores for that, baby? Just saying.
And she's listening on Jimmy's phone.
That's funny, right? It's like the guy, I can't remember, it's some meme or something. Somebody says, I went to the fridge to get some food and all I found were ingredients.
What the hell do I do?
What do I do? I thought that was so funny because I was reading it. It's like, went to the fridge, all I found was ingredients. I'm like, hey, tell you what, I can relate.
Wait a minute. I went to the freezer and all there was pizza pops.
Pizza pops.
What the hell are you putting in my freezer?
Oh yeah. One of these damn days, I'm going to set up my whole drum kit right here.
You should.
Around me right here.
You go, Mr. Pert. You go.
And then I'll have this tablet that I'm using. I'll have that on the front major crash cymbals, and every time I crash the cymbals, it'll go. Like
wow.
And
Jeremy's here.
Cliff,
Wow.
I'm sorry. Could you just do that for me one more time, please?
What's that?
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate. Thank you. That's it. Night's over. I'm out.
Night's over. We're done.
Night's over.
Cliff just did his solo. We're done.
I meant to get on a high note.
That's right. Cheers. Also,
on a hi-hat.
Finished
on a hi-hat.
And hi.
Yeah, do you have a hi-hat there?
I do, but I don't have it set up to actually be a hi-hat. I can do.
Oh, there you go.
Anyway.
Jeremy's here. Jeremy, are you staying with us, or are you going to go
Bernard
to bed?
Schultz.
Last week, Jeremy was with us for 5 minutes, then he went to bed. So
yeah, I know, how rude, eh? Unbelievable.
Yeah. Middle of our show, he goes to bed.
I know, it's like totally ridiculous.
Like, we're only here for an hour, for crying out loud.
Completely and utterly ridiculous. Hi, Deborah Hughes.
How's that ankle there, Deborah Hughes Gar?
Is it getting better? Is what we'd like to know, Deb.
Yes. So, how was your guys' week? And silence falls over the room.
Next.
There's a week.
There's a week. Well, I tell you what, this is the second Monday in a row. Oh, no. Is it second Monday? No. Second Monday alternate that I can say that I actually managed to string together some really shitty days.
That was me last week. Oh, that was me last week.
Yeah. So, but hey, it's Monday. And I don't know about everybody else, but I'm sure the Podlies and the Podlie peeps included, we look forward to Mondays, and we look forward to this hour, and we look forward to having a little drinky poo and a little camaraderie with our friends and all that type of jazz. So cheers.
So I
Cheers.
shoot you guys not. And this isn't a pity party, but I got to tell you, in my personal life, there's not a whole lot of fun and laughter. I mean, there's fun and laughter when the kids are here, but the kids are only here 2 days a week, right? So there's not a lot of fun and laughter in my life. So Monday nights with you, Cliff, and you, Bill, and everybody chiming in, Deb, Jeremy, Glenn, everybody. Thank you, God, because man, I love Mondays. Thank you for that.
Yeah. Tell you what, Podlie, I live a very solitary life for the most part, and we make our own fun. You know, we just do. And bottom line is, we laugh at everything. It's like, you know, and even Deb put something on Facebook. She said something about how the world is negative or positive depends on how you look. And I'm like, well, you can't change how you look. So, right now, of course, that's not what she meant.
Well, I could cut my damn hair.
Hey, Cliff, you could grow some hair.
I could grow some. Yeah, that's not what she meant. However, like I said, it makes fun for everything, and there's fun to be had in everything, right? So, I get you, Podlie. I believe it or not, I truly get you. All right, I've had 2 years of I don't know, a very strange time in the last 2 years. I think my friends list went down from 3 to 1. So you know,
whoa. There's 2 of us besides you.
So there's
here,
that.
dude.
So there's that.
I guess we're off the list.
Chop liver.
Really, we're off the list.
Yeah, guess so.
And yeah, so life has been in that vein. Now I don't know if anybody else has experienced this, but who knows? Maybe it's a matter of a whole bunch of things coming together. You know, some sort of a personal and or /personal /public singularity of some kind. I don't know, but the last 2 years has served to really kind of thunk down, like sort of where I'm at, and it's been interesting. It's been I don't know about Podlie, if you can speak to that or what, but for me, it's been interesting. It's been educational for sure, and it's been slightly heartbreaking, and it's been slightly exhilarating. You put it all together. And you know what? I don't know. It's a different time in life, which I don't know yet. I don't know how to describe it as yet, but interesting is the word.
Interesting
I'm
experience.
still trying to use a sentence with the word funk in it.
Funk. I like the funk. Funking down is rather lovely. What about you, Bill?
Bill, did you funk today?
Did I? Pardon me.
Oh, sorry. I guess it's present. Did you funk yesterday, Bill? Did you do a whole lot of funking this week, Bill?
Yesterday was Sunday, and then there's the day before Sunday. So,
and what day is that, Bill?
Do you remember that one, Cliff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saturday. Hey, Podlie.
You know, Paul. Yeah. You know, Paul, if you maybe joined in with us, you'd feel like part of the team when we did that.
That's right.
What? No, thank you very much.
Though I must admit, me and
Bill and Cliff thing.
Me and Bill can't seem to get it together. So maybe if you join in, we'll have this syncopated time going on.
I'll harmonize.
Yeah, but he'll do it on Sunday. That we got really good syncopation.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. The cannon will be on Sunday.
The cannon will be on Sundays.
Thunk.
Oh man. Yeah.
So when we were off air, I asked you guys what you thought of my background.
I think it's rather flowery.
It's very groovy, dude. Very groovy.
It's kind of 70s wallpaper, right?
It's groovy and gnarly.
It's like a 1970s wallpaper. It makes me think of like a VW van from the 70s.
Yeah. I mean, if you drop a hit of acid, that's going to be, all those flowers are going to be moving in one way or another, right?
Well, I'm curious. Deborah Hughes-Gar said her painkillers are fabulous. How does it look, Deb?
Deb,
when you're looking at my background?
You answer that question. How does Bill's background look? Okay, that question's for Deb.
Jeremy, it's one step from away from Paisley.
And Jamie Hill so eloquently says,
"Oh,
Saturday." Thanks, Jamie.
That's a good hair flip, Paul.
That was really good. I wish I could do that.
Don't throw your neck out, make yourself all dizzy.
I know, right?
I'm Yahoo seriously.
Pass out in the middle of the show.
So William James says waiting for the 24-20-hour show. What? Excusez-moi?
He wants
Pardonnez-moi?
I think he wants another marathon.
Huh.
Yeah, those
The
are
hell you say?
those are only once. We have to train for those, William. That's just not something we do just like that. That takes training.
Most marathons need training, so hey, that's the way it is.
Yeah.
Jeremy asked if I got Kalmar pictures done. Yes, sir, I did. Indeedy, I diddy.
I shot a film in Kelmar a few years ago.
I know, I saw it
Yes.
in
There you
its
go.
entirety. I like the
Yes,
title.
yeah.
It's rather nice.
Well, thank you.
Which one was it?
Listen,
Thank you. It was a film that I played, probably one of the nicest characters I've ever played.
I think so. I mean, really. It's sort of.
What the hell was it? What?
There wasn't. Now, let me tell you, Polly, about this. Okay, there wasn't much acting involved. All right. I mean, he just played himself, and boom, all of a sudden, right there it was. So there really wasn't much acting involved.
So
Right,
the
Bill?
name of the film was Chippendales. Is that what you're saying?
Chippendales.
Chippendale.
Yeah, it was a version of Magic Mike.
There you
Um,
Magic Mike.
And the name was Vincent. I mean, yeah.
yes. Yes, it was.
So
all
yeah,
right.
that's my joke of the day. And when you see the movie, you'll figure it out. But in my mind, in my estimation, I think while Bill is probably a very good actor, he didn't really need to act in this one.
I still don't know what the hell we're talking about.
This is, I don't know. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, it was well, yeah. Okay. Well, it was an evil character. So let's just put it that way.
So that's why I'm torturing him, Polly.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was an evil. As Cheryl has jumped in, she says, "You killed me in that movie. How is that nice?"
See what I mean? See what I mean? Unbelievable.
And killed and Cheryl put killed not in quotes.
Yeah.
Not notice that? You notice
Not in quotations.
that?
Yeah.
Cheryl says, "Keep up, Polly." Poor guy's totally in the dark, and we're ragging on him, right? It's like, what the heck?
But I know he's got a pen in hand, so he can write some notes about it.
So he can write some notes. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
but
This is
anyway,
a note-taking podcast, guys.
yeah. I would like all viewers to please take notes from now on. So
Right.
next week we can ask questions. It'll be like homework.
It'll be a little test, a little
so-
Betty test.
So I put my background that way for
Yeah,
particular
Bill.
reasons. So because I wanted to know what everybody thinks, because it was a week or so ago, I was either reading or saw something about the fact that fashion seems to be trending back to the look of the 1970s. So kind of the bell-bottom pants and the girls wearing the kind of the higher up jeans and
Higher up, yeah.
and the colors are changing in what everybody's wearing, both female and male. So I just want, like, what do you guys think? Now, obviously, fashion runs in cycles like everything else, right? So,
Okay,
kinda,
but here's the problem, though. I've read and have observed in many ways these things run in a 40-year cycle. We seem to be running late. Anybody
be.
else notice that?
yeah, you might be right on that. So yeah, I'm curious.
You know what I find very funny, talking about fashion. Now, is it just we're three guys? How much do we know about fashion? Can I just say
Hey,
that?
dude, speak for yourself.
No,
Look how fashionable. I wear a hoodie.
Right. Caveat. Okay. A lot of guys are very fashionable. I am not one of those guys. I don't know anything about it. I don't, Milan's a city in Italy. That's it. That's it. I'll stick with my acid wash. Like I don't like.
Hey, those are 80s. I mean, that's the 40 years right there.
My point is I don't look to fashion, quite frankly. I don't know what is cool, what's not cool. What is cool? I don't know, quite frankly.
I'm asking what is supposed to be the in thing now? Are we going back to the 70s and maybe even the 80s? Yeah, in the 80s when acid wash jeans were the big thing. Wow,
Dude, I was that's what I lived in. Acid wash jeans.
yeah, me
right?
too.
I mean,
Me too.
and of course they were tighter jeans, but I was younger. I mean, that's what we did back then, right?
You wore your jeans tight.
Nothing fell back then.
Damn right. Like I said, I think we're late in the 70s. So I don't necessarily know if it's actually coming back, Bill. I would be sort of happy it did, if it did, because the only thing that came out of the 70s that was of any sort of interest was music and fashion. Everything else sucked, right? Politics sucked. Economy sucked. You name it. As far as I remember, everything was pretty, I don't know, pretty blah, right? But fashion, I don't know about the men's fashions. I'm a little bit, okay, is this sexist if I say I didn't like the men's fashions, but I like the women's fashions? I just don't think guys look good in bell bottoms, right? And high heel shoes and dancing disco. That wasn't really sort of the way I saw things as being cool. I didn't see guys as being cool in bell bottoms and leisure suits. But on the other hand, I love seeing the women dressed in the bell bottoms and the t-shirts and all type of stuff. I thought they looked fantastic. I don't know. Is that sexist? What is that? I don't know. Is that?
I think that makes you heterosexual, Cliff.
Oh, okay.
Am I right? Am I right?
That's one way to look at it. Yeah.
Well,
but it just never worked out well. Like for the men to be wearing bell bottoms, it looked, I don't know. But then the women with the high-waisted jeans and the high-waisted shorts and all that type of jazz, I don't know. That was kind of cool. And tank tops.
William says that he has noticed a few different styles returning, but definitely the 70s.
Definitely, yeah.
So,
yeah.
Glenda says no to bell bottoms.
Bell bottoms.
How about go-go boots and hot pants?
Yeah, that'll work too. I just like that hippie look, though. I know not hippie now is a bad word. I mean, but back in the day, right? I mean, that hippie look and it actually kind of was a holdover from the 60s.
We jump out of Woodstock in 69.
That's what I'm saying, right? So it's a holdover from the 60s. But if you look at that era, let's for argument's sake, let's say 65 to 75, right? I don't know, man. Oh man, I tell you that's some of the era where I again speaking specifically about girls, I guess. Everything was very natural. Like all of the styling was very natural. Bell bottom pants, tank top, white t-shirt. No massive makeup. Unless you're talking about the models, but I mean, just your average people, I didn't think wore as much makeup and stuff like that. And I think it was really cool. It was kind of free and friendly and all that sort of holdover from the 60s. That would be my sort of thought. And whenever I see that again, bell bottom pants and tank tops and white tees and all that type of stuff, it really takes me back to that time. And maybe it's because I was a young man at the time and it was very nostalgic. I don't know, but I think it's a good fashion, to be honest with you.
I found for me that the go-go boots and the hot pants never fit very well. So I didn't wear them out that often.
But they would have added some height though, Bill.
They would have added some.
That's true. Oh, we need a drum rim shot or something on that one.
I really gotta fix this. One of these days, I should really fix this hi-hat so it doesn't sound quite as nasty. Okay.
Jeremy says eyebrows are certainly coming back full circle. Unibrown caterpillars are all the rage these days.
Really? Is that for women or?
I don't know that, Jeremy. You have to explain yourself a little bit more. Do you have one, Jeremy?
Yeah. I tell you what is coming back in my mind, and I think is very cool, and I could be wrong if I think it's coming back, but in my mind it is. Up until probably maybe 4 or 5 years ago, I used to always dress. And you dress well. You dress in a suit.
I hope you dressed.
You always dress in shirt and
walk
tie.
around naked.
Shirt
going on a motorbike naked. I know
you're naked riding that. And I think we're coming back to that as far as the guys go. I think more and more guys are dressing up to go. It used to be that if you were to take a flight, let's say from here to Toronto or to Vancouver or something like that, you wouldn't go in sweatpants and a t-shirt.
Yeah.
I mean, you dress up. You maybe not suit, but you dress well.
Yeah, it's true.
Just for the journey, because going on the plane and all was something good. And when you landed at the airport, you wanted to feel good and all that type of jazz. Now, man, I tell you, the last time I was on the plane, I can't remember. I think I was going to Toronto. It's going back a couple 3 years, and my God, I see some people on there like I swear they didn't even bathe before they showed up on the plane.
They may or may not have showered.
Yeah, and sweatpants and a t-shirt, and they look like crap, right? And I'm like, come on, this was never the case. It was all, and same thing with going to the movies. You see people going to the movies and they're not dressed. And when I went to the movies when I was young, we were always kind of careful how we looked, and you dress up for the evening, right?
Yeah.
Or whatever the case may be. But that doesn't seem to be the case. But now, I don't know why. In my mind, I think a lot of certainly the people who run this world, let's say the 30s and the 40-year-olds and the whatnot, they're, I think, more and more, I think they're starting to, maybe, I don't know, for some occasions anyway, starting to really be careful about how they look. Maybe a dress shirt, maybe a tie.
Sure.
Yeah, and I like that. I think that's fantastic. I think men should dress. I think men should want to look after them, how they look. Right,
for sure. Cheryl says earlier, "Hippie is a bad word?" Question mark.
Yeah, I was going to comment on that too. I didn't know hippie was a bad word.
Yeah, people think it's some sort of a slur, and I don't know why. Everything's a slur nowadays. I mean, somebody's offended by some damn thing or another.
Cheryl has an email address that starts with hippie mama. So,
right.
Yeah, so she's got that. And by the way, Glenda, no, you won't see me in go-go boots and hot pants. Just answering. Jeremy says his tummy doesn't fit in his nice suits.
Glenda, we'll put it in his next contract.
That's coming from Paul, who's got the French maid outfit and has on this show without pants on.
You be careful. I just may one day,
You have appeared on this show without pants on, Paul. So.
There we go. I like what William James says. William James Kirkland, the man, says, I like watching old television commercials on YouTube in the 60s and 70s and 80s. It's fun. Yeah, it's a fun trip through history. Me too. And especially if you go back, like there's a really good Joni Mitchell concert. It's about an hour long. It's from 1979. If you get a chance, Google it and watch it. It's beautiful. She is stunning as far as an artist goes. Of course, back then, she was in the prime of her life. And I think she even starts the concert with Woke Up, It Was a Chelsea Morning. But anyway, so 79.
Sorry to interrupt you, Cliff, but that's why we named our daughter Chelsea, was after.
Oh, is that right? From Joni Mitchell's song? I love that song. It's such a great song. Hey,
yeah.
Woke Up, It Was a Chelsea Morning. I love that. But anyway, then Bill, you should actually YouTube find that on YouTube, my friend.
Yeah, check that out.
It's a really beautiful concert. It's one of the best ones that I've seen of her for quality wise and all that type of stuff from that era. So it's from 1979. I believe it was in England. I don't know. But anyway, she starts out with Chelsea Morning. And of course, oh man, Both Sides Now, one of my favorite songs, Joni Mitchell songs. But if you look at the audience, right? They're all, it's 70s, right? It's so great, man. They're all sitting around. It's fantastic, right? So yeah, to William James Kirkland's point. So while he likes to go to commercials, I kind of tend to want to go to live music performances because I like watching that, and of course, see the audience and stuff like that. So yeah, cool,
no, for sure. So Jeremy says Andrea just walked into the room. She's asked what the topic was, and he says I don't even know. Help a guy out. So we're talking 70s fashion and actually 80s fashion. We're just kind of seeing that Jeremy. It looks like it's coming back. So that's what we've been talking about it. As Cheryl says, our daughter Chelsea was born to that song. Perfect time.
Oh, is that right? Eh? Oh, that's such a great song.
Oh, wait. She was born to that song.
Birthed to that song, yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
And hey, by the way, Glenda wants to know if the Podlie podcast is becoming X-rated. Paul with no pants, holy moly.
Moly holy.
You're a couple of months too late, Glenda.
It's been done before. And Bill's drinking his phantom drink, his phantom cup.
Yes. It's my hippie cup.
Yeah. Hey, Chelsea Morning. That's what a beautiful song, man. I tell you what, Joni Mitchell, and especially in her younger years, my God, she was a force to reckon with. Unbelievable. Like a musical force to reckon with.
Well, would you ever, like Cliff, you said you would never wear bell bottoms. Paul, would you ever wear bell bottoms if they came back and somebody said, Paul, this is the fashion, you're going to wear bell bottoms today?
20 years ago, I would have. Sure. 20 years ago, I would have.
I did. Like back then, I did.
I did as well because it was kind of the in thing, right? But
yeah. But in retrospect, in retrospect, I regret it.
But I mean, 20 years ago, if it was the in thing, I would have. Right. Now, if bell bottoms are the in thing,
not happening.
No, it's not happening. Hey, you guys, understand my life here. My life is at home. My life is work, and my life is Walmart. I get I get Podlie. Walmart fashion. You want to talk about Walmart fashion?
Paul, I thought your life be like, ooh,
Ooh, ah.
My life be like, ooh,
Well, let's talk about Walmart fashion here for a little bit. People
Oh,
may or may not be wearing clothes up to their waists.
I think I need a drink.
That's
Jeremy
my-
You're
says
not
he
one
wants
of
to see
those.
pics
Are you one of those, Paul?
That's
of
my
Cliff wearing
please.
bell bottoms.
But truth be told, I'm a pajamas guy, man. Like I'll go to if I need milk or something, I'm in my pajamas going to Walmart. Yeah, I really am.
Seriously?
Oh yeah.
No way.
Yeah, honest to God.
And your slippers?
Not quite
Pajamas.
slippers.
He walks
Not
in
quite
his
slippers.
pajamas.
But you're damn right. So I'm in my pajama pants. Well, why not? I'm going for them.
Well, it's a good thing I
That-
don't do it.
that-
It's a good thing I don't do it because I know this is TMI, but I sleep in my underwear. So I went.
Yeah,
So
I
I went.
I got to tell you, Paul, that really represents the Podlie podcast well. When you're out at Walmart in your pajamas. Hey, isn't that guy on the Podlie podcast?
Isn't that guy on the podcast?
I recognize the pants.
Oh man, you guys! Oh, Laura said she do PJs in Walmart too. Oh man.
Wow. Jeremy, I sleep in Cliff's underwear too.
Oh, Jeremy.
I don't know if I want to know.
Jeremy, truth be told, dude, you didn't even have to write that down. We know.
It's a small world.
It's a small world after all.
Oh my lordness gracious. Huh.
Wow. That must be a big
Oh,
pair of underwear.
And Jeremy says, forget bell bottoms. I think parachute pants should come back. Can't touch this.
Remember parachute
Were you
pants?
Were you guys ever at the height of fashion? Like we're like to as we were talking
I
about
was
before,
never that tall.
could you did you have to get dressed up to the nines every time you left the house? There was a point where I was like that. I'm not, but I think that's an age thing, you guys.
I was always overdressed. I was always
Really?
overdressed for every occasion.
Yeah.
When I was
That's-
young, it took me a
especially
long
in
time.
layers.
It took me a long time to get to get the idea that
Cliff, that's
maybe
because you had
shouldn't.
so much hair.
Mhm.
That's
You
part
have
of
to take
it. I'm
damn good
sure.
care of it.
No, but I used to like I used to like jeans jeans and a jacket, right, on a t-shirt or a turtleneck. That was a big deal. Turtleneck and a jacket looks good, right? And I kind of held that fashion for quite a while, to be honest with you, and I go back to it in a heartbeat because I like it, right?
Mhm.
But I think I tell you what, one of the things that like for me, if I was a guy thing, if I was to look at guys and say a great fashion for you, in my mind, is a nice, crisp, sharp, clean, crisp pair of jeans, and a nice, crisp white shirt, and a jacket of some kind, and a suit jacket of some kind, like a blazer. I think that's such a great look for men. I don't know if anybody else feels that way, but I don't know. I think it looks good because you could go out with a girl and she could have a black dress and high heels on, and you'd fit in, right? Or she could come in jeans and shorts and a tank top, and you'd fit in, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's a really cool dress for a guy, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah, I used to dress back in the 70s kind of thing, even the 80s, because I was into music and all that kind of stuff. So the brighter pants or the striped pants or whatever and that kind of stuff, right? Jeremy says, for a brief moment in 1982, I was dressed for the nudist beaches in Europe. I've been chasing that high ever since.
How's that go? They're having a sale at the nudist beach now. It's like 50% off.
50% off.
Now,
And Jeremy
what about-
says, agreed.
Wait.
And I think he's talking about the jeans and a crisp white shirt.
Yeah.
So.
What about leather pants? Do you remember when leather pants became a big thing, even for guys?
I owned a pair.
Yeah, I didn't own a pair, but I remember seeing, and guys, stretching them on. Did you have to fight to get those pants on and off, Cliff?
Bill, I wore them once and I threw them out. No
That
kidding.
was it.
No kidding,
Yeah.
dude. And they were expensive, believe me. Right. So, I wore them once and they were gone. And that's funny, right? When I started riding motorcycles
Mhm.
4 years ago, or whatever, I thought maybe I'd get a set of leathers, right, for that. But I'm kind of geared toward chaps, right? The ones you wear over top of jeans. But mind you, like if you're a motorcycle rider and you get a good pair of leathers, you can't beat it, right? Because I don't think it's a fashion statement, but you can't.
Did you
beat
get a
it for
heat
the-
rash
for the
wearing
leather.
them?
No.
Or chafe?
No, man, I tell you, those
That's a
things,
serious question.
I get claustrophobic in them. I'm telling you, because there's no movement, right? There's no. Maybe they were cheap. I don't know, but they were very expensive at the time.
Walking stiff.
I have a direct comment for Cheryl. Cheryl, yes, I need to see Bill in his fashion statement era. Yes. The answer is yes.
I got a
need to
picture
see
of me
those
when I was
photos.
15. I think I just showed up in Canada. I got
Yeah.
bell bottoms on, and this, I think it's a rust color t-shirt, and hair's down past about the shoulders. Oh no, maybe it's a little bit shorter at that time. But yeah, parted in the middle, very much the Beatles look, right? Because that was, you know, that was the deal back then.
Yeah, I had long hair.
Yeah, me too.
I had long hair as well.
I had long hair. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, I had long hair.
Yeah.
Longer
By the
than
way,
now,
Cliff, look at the time.
Okay, but did either of you have a perm?
No.
Yeah,
No,
I did.
no perm.
Yeah, I did.
You
I
had
had a
one?
perm. I had a perm for 3 years. I can't remember when though. Probably mid 80s. Mid 80s maybe. Yeah.
Both hairs?
Yeah.
Mid it.
Was it permanent?
It was a permanent perm. It was a permanent. Yeah. So I had at one point I had a, I don't know. That's not called an afro, right? It wasn't like out this way, but it was
No.
up, right? So anyway, it was a perm, yeah. But yeah, that's cool. But it was short, cut short, you know, blah blah blah. Right? That was quite a fashionable thing back then for some.
Yeah. I had
think
the
it was
long hair.
I think it was the Michael
had-
Jackson.
Well,
Yeah, and that's the thing about you're talking about leather pants. I didn't love the leather pants, but I had the Michael Jackson black vinyl pants. Is what I had.
Ah.
So, in the '80s, early '80s. So
I had the earring as well. My ears were pierced.
you know, I had both my earring. I was wearing both earrings till I was 35. I took them out when I was 35.
Oh wow!
Mhm.
Why'd you take them out? Hang on. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to just a little over the middle of the podcast. Yeah. So, so Podlie, why'd you take him out, dude?
Because I was 35.
Oh, is it an age barrier type thing?
Yeah,
It's like-
well, to me,
just happened, yeah.
it did. To me,
Yeah.
no, well, to me, it did because at that point, I was married. I didn't have kids yet, but we were working on having kids. I don't know. I just felt like
just felt like time. It was
I
time.
just felt like I just felt like because I had the big sleepers, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I had the big
Mhm.
sleepers, right? I had a nose ring for a while. I had two in here, one in here. I had
Mhm.
one up here for a while. I had a nose ring for a while, but I mean, it just kind of, you know.
What about you, Bill? Did you take him out?
I took them out. I haven't had it, obviously for quite a while now. I
Okay.
haven't had earrings for quite a while, but I did take them out. So I was reading Glenda's comment here too. So she's talking about leather pants, and she says, "Yes, I had to lay down to shimmy into my leather pants. OMG, it was crazy when a person had to go to the bathroom and rip those leathers off quickly. LOL."
Bring the shoehorn with you, Glenda. Bring the shoehorn with you, girl.
Yeah,
Nice
there's actually
sharp-
a scene in the sitcom Friends where Ross wore leather pants, and they were so tight, and he was getting so hot, he wanted to go take them off in the bathroom to try and air out, and he couldn't get them off. So he was using cream and baby powder, and this whole scene of him in the bathroom trying to get these, and then he couldn't get them back on, and then he has to go back out to the girlfriend. His pants are down to his knees. He's got baby powder and cream all over his legs. So yeah, yeah.
fun till your daddy takes your leathers away.
What was your favorite? Not your favorite fashion era, but what was the favorite sort of go-to? So, Cliff, you kind of mentioned you'd go out and you'd have your crisp, you'd have your white shirt, and you'd have what was your favorite kind of fashion that you owned, Bill? That you really liked, that you really thought that you were really GQ.
Well, I used to, excuse me, and Cheryl wouldn't like this because she doesn't like that color, but I used to have a bright red pair of pants that were really slim, tight fitting red pants that I used to wear with shoe. And then I had like these red, it was very much, probably remind you of Mike Reno from Loverboy. Remember when they used to wear the red? So it was very similar to that kind of
I remember
looks.
that.
Yeah, very bright, very colorful. I had a kind of a shirt that had the stripes on as well, but the sleeves were only like to here, like there were those little half
Yeah, the half sleeves. Yeah.
sleeve kind of things. And
Did you roll up a pack of smokes in there, Bill?
Yeah.
no, they would be too short.
Oh,
They weren't. They were only. Yeah, maybe you get one cigarette in there,
One
but
cigarette
yeah,
in there.
they were too short. So that was probably one of the ones that really kind of stands out. And I remember when I was at Nate actually studying at Nate, and we shot a music video, and I wore those. I think that was in the music video that I wore those. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, that's one thing that kind of stands out. Again, like I said, I never had leather pants or vinyl pants for that matter. So. Yeah.
Just to go back to what Jeremy says, he said he had a perm, wanted a gentle wave, and ended up with a light curl with a tight curled fro. It was so sketchy. Yeah, I suppose, hey, Jeremy, tall white guy with a fro. Yeah.
Yeah. Laura says she's got a photo of you, Paul, with earrings.
Oh yeah, because I had earrings for 20 years. So I'm sure there's one or two photos around with me with earrings.
And so what was your go-to fashion then, Polly?
Yeah, what was yours?
Yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, here's a good one. I used to like wearing. This was high school. I used to like wearing suits and cowboy boots.
Ah, cool. That was very common at one time.
It was. That was common.
It was common, but here's the problem: the cowboy boots, the heel, was like that. It was cut at a diagonal because they were so worn out that it was. Right. I got them secondhand. And it was crazy. Yeah.
Oh, neat. Yeah. See, my father-in-law used to wear all the time. He was a teacher, he was an instructor at SIAST in Saskatchewan. What's it called now? It's called Polytechnique, Saskatchewan Polytechnique. But anyway, he was an instructor there. So he was always dressed, I mean, tie and pants, not really the suit, but tie and pants, but yeah, always in cowboy boots. And whenever he dressed in suits, it was cowboy boots. It was a kind of a thing, Paulie. I'm not surprised that that was a thing, because I don't know. I looked up to a lot of people in my life, and they wore those, right? So,
yeah. That's cool. Yeah, there was a time where I actually went out and I actually really enjoyed wearing suits. Really enjoyed wearing suits.
What I don't understand now is that the three-piece suit, not the three-piece suit, but the double-breasted suit, went the way of the dinosaur.
Gone.
But I used to love the double-breasted suit. I got married in one.
I'm throwing out a suggestion here, and then I'm going to go back to that wedding thing real quick. But then what I'm suggesting is next week for the Podlie podcast, maybe we should all be sitting here with a suit jacket on, and a shirt, and see what that looks like for the Podlie podcast. Not a tie, doesn't have to be a tie.
I don't know if I can
remember, guys. I did wear a bow tie on the Podlie podcast one time.
I don't know that I can rummage up one that'll fit me, Bill. I put on a lot of weight the last 2 years.
Oh,
wonderful COVID stuff.
Right.
No, seriously, I did. That's crazy. But so I don't know that I actually have one. So if I wore it, people would think I'm muscular. I mean,
Bill, I'll take that challenge. I'll do it next Monday. Sure.
And going back to the wedding thing, I wore a white suit in my wedding.
Oh,
with white
sweet.
patent leather shoes.
Nice.
So it was all completely white.
Completely white. That's cool, man. And I tell you what, it's fun to photograph. I photographed a wedding where the groom was in white along with the bride. And it was fun to photograph, I must admit. Challenging, but fun.
Yeah, for sure. Jeremy, unfortunately, I wasn't a tall white guy at the time. Short, nerdy, scrawny 12-year-old. He thought we punched a little more often.
Oops.
Hey, James. James says, double-breasted suit. Are you in the mafia? Dude, let me tell you. Those were the suits for a while, man. We all wore double-breasted suits for a while.
Yeah. Hey, James, nice of you to join us.
It's about time, I say.
Yeah. You're 40 minutes late. Going back, Marvin said that he's an all-natural. No piercings or tattoos.
Oh, I thought you went to Walmart all natural. That's what I thought you were talking about. Anyway.
He wouldn't be the first. I'll tell you that.
He wouldn't be the first.
Paul, what are you saying?
Because I've been there before.
Jeremy says double-breasted with the cuffs. You know what, dude? I never wore cuffs. I was always too short for cuffs. So I never wore cuffs.
Well.
Yeah, but that was 40s, man.
Yeah, I did have some pants that had cuffs on them.
I did. I ripped them off. I was too short.
Yeah, I never wore cuffs. I think I wore cuffs one time, I think.
Yeah. I'm just glad. Marvin says, I'm just glad I never got into the hammer pants.
Can't touch this.
Yeah.
Yeah. The hammer pants, the parachute pants. Yeah.
Parachute pants.
Wow. Yeah, it's
for
interesting.
me, see, the 80s, I guess the 80s was for me probably the biggest, I guess, quote unquote fashion decade
Right.
for me. Um, and the thing about the 80s that I just take away that I used to always wear were the acid wash. That was it. And the ripped knees. The
Yeah.
ripped knees was huge. It was huge.
Ah.
So
Yeah, and 80s. Yeah, 80s for me was long hair with the earrings, and because and I was into 80s metal and 80s rock,
yeah.
and all that kind of stuff. I went to the S Festival in '83, and so that was what I did.
Yeah.
Sometimes it'd be pulled back, which Cheryl would probably remember. Yeah. Jeremy's leaving us, by the way. I just noticed here.
So's Marv. Marv.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
Unsociable people, eh? Just walking
Yeah.
out, I tell you.
And leaving partway through the podcast.
Unbelievable. Have a good one, guys.
See you later.
All the best, dudes. Yeah, that's all I remember. After that, it was, and in the 90s, because you're in your 20s, yeah, I dressed up a lot, but I mean, it was it was a button-down shirt, and that was it.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That was it. I don't know. So
Yeah, when I first started in the audiovisual business a long time ago, it was suits. You always wore suit and tie every day, suit and tie.
yeah.
But then as things started to move on, it became more casual and more casual. And now you don't see really anybody in my business wearing a suit and tie. It's usually jeans with sometimes a suit jacket, like you talked about, jeans and a shirt and suit jacket, or jeans and a suit jacket with a t-shirt or something underneath. But most of the time, it's pretty casual now.
You know what's funny? I was out at Denny's the other day, and it's the same thing at Denny's. Yes, they have the obligatory white top, but there were the servers are walking around in jeans. That never used to be the case. So here's my question. My question is, what happened? Did we get lazy? Did we get complacent? Why do we not, or do we care about fashion just in a different way now?
I have two comments about that, Podlie. First of all, it depends on where you are, and I think this has changed as well. But I went from wearing casual business casual,
yeah,
when I was a technical sales guy, and then when I went to the Brick, all of a sudden it was all suits, right?
Mhm.
And when I became general sales manager, I was wearing basically a nice suit, obviously, white shirt, and I would try to get away with no tie because I thought it was really cool to have. It's really cool to have a nice suit, a nice crisp white shirt, no tie, and the jacket. It looks really nice.
I think it looks good. Yeah,
I agree with that.
Excuse me. Yeah, and so I did that at the Brick. I think the Brick's even changed now. I think they might have gone to golf shirts or whatever. I think the other part is people's income has not the other part. Sorry, that was a sidebar. But I think one of the comments I'd like to make about why fashion has perhaps gone down. I think people have not kept pace in those industries with wages. And as the wages have not kept pace with inflation and kept pace with everything else, it's become more and more difficult. Because, I mean, to tell you how much I spent on dry cleaning a week when I worked at the Brick is actually, it's sick, man. I spent a lot of money on dry cleaning, not to mention the purchase of the suits. But you try wearing a suit 6 days a week, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I've been there. Yeah.
And not just you throw it on and you kind of go to work and it's crumply and no, you look sharp. I mean, you're dealing with the public, and I have to be the example if I'm the general sales manager, right? So I'm telling you what, I always look good. Matter of fact, they used to call me Spiffy Cliffy. That's my nickname at all through the Brick, right? But tell you what, the dollar value that you would spend on the suits and then the dry cleaning alone was staggering. So if you talk about people working at Denny's and you talk about these people who at one time dressed this way, I don't think the wages have kept pace where they could actually even afford to do that.
It's an excellent point. It's an excellent point.
So I'm curious. We're down to about 15 minutes here, but all the guys have been talking about what we were wearing in the 70s and 80s and 90s, whatever. But I haven't seen a lot of comments from the ladies that are watching to what they wear. Laura's jumped in.
I saw what Laura said. She had 80s leggings. Hey, man, those were it in the 80s. I tell you what, women, the leggings and the aerobics, remember? 4 more, 3 more, the Olivia Newton-Johns of this world. Leggings
with the leg warmers. With the leg warmers.
They were the deal, right? They were the deal. So.
Yeah. So, Laura says, Save On, back in the day, they used to have managers wear a white shirt and a tie. Now it's more casual, just somewhat dressy work shirt and black pants. That is all.
Yeah.
And look, Marvin says, tried to get the technicians to wear ties, not going to happen. Well, I tell you what, I worked at at a company called Granada. They're no longer around. But yeah, over there, that was the deal. You had to wear a blue shirt that they provided. You provided your own pants, but you wore a blue shirt and tie, and that was the uniform.
Glenda there. So Glenda, go-go boots and hot pants, 27-inch flare jeans, tie-dye shirts, and ripped jeans. There's what Glenda wore.
Look at that.
And Glenda's in the healthcare industry. I'm kidding. You're not. I know you're not. I know you're not.
I never found those.
Oh, Marvin says the big sin for women was the full zipper jeans, front to back. Why was that a sin?
I do. Yeah,
Drum
I
roll,
remember
please.
I do remember those.
I kind of like them.
And I do remember Granada too, Cliff, just so you know.
Oh, you do, eh? Yeah.
I remember Granada.
Yeah, they went out of business in 94. If you ever want me to give you a clinic on what not to do in business, let me know sometime.
Yeah, William had a Pioneer stereo from Granada.
Oh, did you now, eh? Oh, Pioneer, man. Those are the days.
Yeah, I remember those.
Alpine.
Yeah, I'm Alpine as well. I do remember those full zippered jeans that the girls used to wear. I remember them in high school.
I liked them.
Some of the girls wearing them when I was in high school. So that's yeah. Did you ever wear those, Paul? Yeah, you're pretty fast of a guy, Paul. So I just
maybe over my head as soon as I was shoved into a locker. Let's put it that
way.
And Laura says she never owned one of those locked up jeans, but she knew people who did. All I got from it was if they really had to go, struggling with the key sucked.
Wow.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So anyway, yeah. So
let's you know what I'm very curious about. Let's talk. We're three guys. Let's talk about what we like on a woman.
you really aching to have some trouble come your way,
on a woman. Well, why? Why? I think it'd be complimentary. What do we like a woman to wear?
Bill?
I'm going first.
Thank you.
I'm going first.
Think about that.
That's right, James. I know. That's why I ain't going first.
Yeah, you put the topic out there, Paul. You should be going first.
Hey, yeah, wait a minute. Yeah, that's the theory, right, Bill?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, do it, Paulie.
I really like. Again, it all depends, right? It depends where you are. So let's assume that it's a a Friday night. I really like a woman really dressed up. I really like a classy looking woman, quite frankly. So you know what I love? Long dresses on women.
Nice.
Nice. My gosh. Oh, my heart. Long, like all the way to the ankles. I just love them. I think they're stunning. They're stunning. They're so luxurious. They're so sophisticated. I just love them. I love them.
Can't argue with that. I like what Cheryl says. Yes, Bill. What do you like? What do you like a woman to wear? And then she says, "Inquiring minds are waiting." Hold on, see if I can do this. These are fingers.
Is that like a drum?
Inquiring minds are waiting.
No, actually, I have to agree with Paul. I like the longer dress as well. Like I know that Cheryl has the dresses she likes to buy, get things from April Cornell and that kind of thing. And I really like that longer dress look as well, the flowing kind of dress and look. Yeah, that's what I like as well.
Because women will like, women like guys in uniform or guys in or dressed up or guys in sweating, gym clothes. This is what I'm saying. I'm saying, what do we like in women, right? This is what are we attracted to on women? And I like a classy, like I love a woman who's dressed up. Absolutely. Does a woman at the gym attract me? Not, it doesn't attract me necessarily. Do you know what I mean? But
I know that's popular with the guys, but it's never been with me either.
It's never been with me. It's never been very popular with me. Yeah, I've always loved classy dresses. Suit pants. I could take it or leave it.
I
For
tell you
women.
what, one of my favorite things to see a woman dressed in, and I tell you, the pants that kind of come to a fine point, and then some high, like fine, like tapered, right?
The taper, yeah.
Yeah, tapered, and then nice crisp stilettos, and then just a very sheer blouse with the jacket on top. You can't see nothing, right? But all you can see is that sheer blouse. All you can see, that little bit is there, and then the jacket on. And I don't know, for some odd reason, and that's cool.
I used to wear that in the 80s too, but then I sprained my ankle.
I think that's cool. I think it's really sexy without showing anything, and I think it's one of those pardon me, but I think it's one of those things that if you got to the point where you took your date home, etc., 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 it would be a fun environment from there on. How's that?
Do you guys remember, and I recognize that we are three guys talking about this, but do you guys remember and I see, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I seem to remember there being some sort of, and I'll use the word controversy, when women started showing their bra straps. Do you remember
Really?
that?
No.
Do you remember that? I remember hearing something like that, and it was a big,
Seriously?
Yeah. Women, correct me if I'm wrong, but I seem to remember something like that when they started showing their bra straps, and it was, oh my gosh, it was unsavory, and it was, yeah, I seem to remember something like that. I'm like, now it's different.
Well, now anything goes.
Now it's different.
Yeah, Marvin says he always liked the cowgirl look. Pretty, but feisty. Yeah, I can't argue with that, Marvin.
Yeah. Definitely, fashion has gone all over the place over the years, hasn't it? Like, again, even looking at music, right? Look at some of the acts, whether it be David Bowie or whomever, right? Some of the glam bands back in the day, the way they would dress. And
yeah, I tell you what, one of my bucket list bands that I wanted to see in concert was Counting Crows. I've been a Counting Crows fan for a very long time, and Adam Duritz, they're like, seriously, teenage angst, and great writer, and a very philosophical guy in so many ways, and yada yada yada, and this great group, just this fantastic group, and I was dying to see them, and I finally saw them, and Buddy came out in garbage jeans, halfway down his ass crack, and work boots, but not work boots that look like work boots. They just look like laces undone and slammed on, and his jeans were halfway touching the floor, and all this type of stuff. And you look like an absolute freaking, I don't know. I don't know what he looked like. And I tell you what, I couldn't get past it. I'm like, thank God they were the opening act, because I was like, when they were done, ciao,
Cliffy,
and it was,
where did you see them?
I think they opened for another band. I can't remember.
Was it here?
Yeah, in Edmonton.
Matchbox 20.
They opened for Matchbox 20.
I was there.
Dude, do you remember when Rob Thomas came on? Okay, here's Rob Thomas. He comes on in a blue pair of pants, beautiful, beautiful brown shoes, and he gets on there and he just grabs the stage, right? And here I was so looking forward to seeing Counting Crows.
Dude, I got to tell you, I went there for Counting Crows.
See?
I went there for Counting Crows. I love the Counting Crows. I went there I was so disappointed. Their performance was terrible.
It was freaking horrible, man. And I was so looking forward to it, right? And I love Matchbox 20. Don't get me wrong. My wife loves Rob Thomas. I swear she'd marry him if she could. She loves Rob Thomas. And I really like Matchbox 20. I like his voice. I like he's a great writer and singer. And I thought this is gonna be like the best night ever. Counting Crows, Matchbox 20, one deal. I'm like, we're in. And then they opened and they were lackluster and they looked like garbage people. That's bad, because now I'm insulting garbage people. I don't mean it that way. What I mean is, no care and concern for his audience. He didn't give a shit about them.
He didn't even want to be there. He didn't
want to be there.
No,
I know.
No.
That was, anyway, sorry.
One of my least favorite. That is one of my least favorite concerts
ever that I've ever been to.
Yep,
one of my least
favorite. Been to.
And yet I've been dying to see them since the 90s, man.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Anyway,
Yep.
boy, that was a tangent, eh, Paulie? Sorry about that, guys.
No, that was terrible. But
Hey, but that was
I
about
remember that
fashion, though,
concert
right?
was
Because I
yesterday.
mean,
was.
I
It was
couldn't
fashionable.
believe it. And then
Yeah.
Rob Thomas comes on after that. Here's Rob Thomas at that time, what got to be 48, 50 years old, something.
Charismatic.
Charismatic. He's dressed to the
Oh.
nines, and you know that he had those beautiful blue pants and
Yeah.
and crisp brown shoes, and he looked like fantastic. And he just
Yeah.
grabbed the stage and he just went with it. And
Yeah.
I'm like, this is what a concert should be like, you know.
And Adam Derlitz didn't even want to be there. He was
No,
like,
he didn't even want to be there, man.
I'm done. I'm out.
Yeah.
I don't even think he like where did he get his clothes from?
I don't know. Don't ask
It was
me.
bad. It was a bad
It
concert.
was bad, yeah.
Yeah.
It's too bad because they're a great group.
Yeah.
So just quickly here, we got to wrap this up. James says Prince could pull off a blouse and heels better than many women. That's true, James.
Dude,
It is
Prince,
so true, and Prince is one of my like
Prince
top
could
3
pull off
favorites of all
anything.
time.
You know
But
why?
that is so true.
Because there's no talent like Prince.
That
Prince
is right.
is the absolute. I tell you what, between him and Michael Jackson, I tell you what, they got handed out all the talent. That's it, all the talent. Every
I'll tell you
piece of
something.
talent, charisma, dance ability, music ability, writing ability. You tell me, you
Michael
name it,
Jackson
they have it.
was talented. Prince was a genius.
Well, I don't know about
Absolutely.
that, Paulie.
Oh no, he was a genius.
No.
Absolute genius.
I'm not saying he's not a genius. I'm saying some people think Michael Jackson wasn't. I'm telling you, it was a different scenario with Michael Jackson. Tell me somebody who has had more impact on movement and dance in this world today. Nobody but Michael Jackson.
Nobody.
Right? So in their own ways, they were geniuses. What I liked about Prince was that he was man. We could write an essay on the guy, right?
Cliffy, Prince could play like 7 instruments. Like,
oh yeah, and he was master of all of them.
Like he mastered all, and when was the first time you saw Michael Jackson with an instrument in his hand? Do you know what I mean?
Hey, dude, his body was his instrument.
His body was.
No, I get that. No, I get that. Yeah. But
come on, man. Listen. Prince is a genius, absolutely. But I tell you what, as good as a dancer he is, you can't match Michael Jackson. I mean, they're different skills, right?
Right, 100%, 100%. But you put Prince and Michael Jackson in a popularity concert. Prince all the way for me.
That'd be tough.
That'd be tough.
That'd be tough.
I mean, I love Prince.
So just quickly here, we next week, just so our viewers know, the 3 of us will be involved at 7 p.m. with the launch live stream for the Ravenwood Music Festival 2022. So that's at 7 p.m. live streaming to the Ravenwood Experience Music Facebook page. So check out that Facebook page at 7 o'clock next week, and you'll see the 3 of us as we do the huge launch. We'll announce the date, the ticket price, and the lineup as well. And there'll be a few other surprises that will happen during that.
And then, of course, we'll not remain, but then we'll get on the podcast at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
So
So there will be a podcast next week, everybody.
So you can see us doubly next week if you tune in for the announcement and then come back at 8 o'clock and see us again. So and just quickly, Laura says that she will live again in 6 weeks, but she'll listen and catch up. Have a great 6 weeks.
Oh, hey, thanks, Laura. We'll miss you.
Good luck, Laura. Have fun.
All right, and for all of you guys showing up tonight, thank you very much. It's been fun. It's been lots of yucks and giggles and all that type of jazz, talking about 70s fashion and then a little bit of music. And me and Paul kind of digressed there. Nonetheless, appreciate you guys here. It's been awesome. I love it when you guys show up on Must Listen Mondays. If you like the podcast, do share it. And if you don't like it, well, share it either way. Okay, that'd be cool. And if you're not listening live, then you're obviously listening later, in which case, Mr. Paul and Mr. Bill, sorry.
Anywhere you get your podcasts, and also on soundsugarradio.com on Friday nights at 10 p.m. You can hear it there again as well, the audio.
And here I thought you were going to give that line to me.
No, actually, I was reading what James wrote about Double the Paul on Valentine's Day. And while I was saying that, I was saying my other thing, and that's why I said Paul. My apologies.
Oh, James. Hey, if you know somebody, James, hook a brother up.
All right, everybody.
Have another brother, James. Not that
have a great week.
That,
Tune in at 7 p.m. next week if you want to watch the big announcement, and then come back and join us at 8. All right, everybody. We'll see ya.
Have an amazing week, everybody. Please do stay safe.
Stay happy.